So a big setback tonight for an evangelical Christian football coach fighting for his right to pray on the field. It started in 2015 when a Seattle area high school told Coach Joe Kennedy to stop praying on the 50-yard line after the games. He refused. They fired him. He sued to get his job back and accused the school of violating his free speech. But the Ninth Circuit Court, which is known for its record of liberal decisions, does not agree. And they wrote this: when Kennedy kneeled and prayed while in view of students and parents, he spoke as a public employee, not as a private citizen. And his speech, therefore, was constitutionally unprotected. Here now in an exclusive interview for The Story is Coach Kennedy and his attorney, Hiram Sasser from the First Liberty Institute. Thank you very much to both of you for being here tonight. Coach Kennedy, let me start with you.
Thank you.
Were you surprised by the outcome after having gone through this process? Is this the way you thought it was going to go?
You know, to be honest, I've only heard rumors about what the Ninth, District is about. And I don't know the legal mumbo and jumbo, but I just heard rumors, so I wasn't really surprised by any of the rulings.
Do you understand the argument that they're making, where they say, you know, you're in a school, public school logoed jacket as the football coach there, it's public property, and that they feel that you are not just representing yourself, you're representing the school, and therefore that crosses the line between public and church and state?
Right. Yeah, well, I really tried to meet with the school halfway with everything. They didn't want me to pray with the kids, and I said, you know, that's fine, your rules, but I'm not going to give up, you know, my beliefs just because it made somebody feel uncomfortable. So I agreed that I would just do it by myself on the 50 alone, the way it first started out.
Why does it have to be on the 50? Because I know they said to you that you could go out after, when everyone's gone, you could go out there, or you could go to a separate spot and pray after the game. So why did that solution not feel right to you?
Well, even before I accepted the coaching job, I made a covenant with God that, hey, I'm just going to give you, you know, the glory on the 50-yard line. And I don't know where I got it, if I, you know, saw the Seattle Seahawks or one of the other, you know, football teams doing it. But I said, hey, that's where we fought the battle, so I'm going to give you thanks right there for what those young men just did.
Hiram, what did you think about the outcome here, and what's your next move?
Well, I can't believe that the court said that the law is going to be that a coach praying silently by himself for 15 seconds.
But there's a huge crowd that gathers around him, and students come out and the parents come out. We showed the picture, and we can show it again. So they're saying, you know, that others might feel that they might be, you know, looked upon negatively by the coach if they don't join in. That's part of their argument. Why does that not hold water with you?
Because he was fired for praying actually by himself. It was 2 games later. He was by himself. He kneeled down and he prayed for 15 seconds by himself, silently, and that's why he was fired. It's totally outrageous. The argument that the Ninth Circuit has adopted is basically that if you do anything that's religious at all that someone else can see, then somehow you're working on behalf of the state and you're conveying a religious message. So that means you can't wear a yarmulke, you can't make the sign of a cross. You know, God forbid you pray for a player who's injured at the time during the game. So a lot of people can learn more as the case goes on at firstliberty.org, but the most important thing is that Coach Kennedy complied with all their initial requests. He prayed by himself. And one of the great things about this that we really enjoyed is President Trump's support in this case. He tweeted out his support, and we look forward to receiving additional support from a lot of people who we've heard are outraged by this decision because the Ninth Circuit went way too far. I think it's very possible that it could go to the Supreme Court or it could go to the Ninth Circuit en banc. There's lots of different options that are available, but it's just unfortunate that they would go so far as to say that anything that you do.
Understood. Coach, thank you very much for being here tonight. We'll be watching.
Hey, thank you so much.
We'll be right back.